What's going on, guys? Welcome to Exotics Anonymous. Today we're going to be talking about the Lamborghini Temerario. The Lamborghini Temerario is Lamborghini's entry-level supercar now. Entry-level used to mean like a $200,000 car, like the Lamborghini Huracan back in 2015. But now their entry-level cars, $500,000 essentially. I believe it's like a 450 base, so it's probably a $600,000 car after you get options and if you want like anything other than a regular color. So it's an expensive car. Entry-level seems like a bit of a stretch. The Revuelto is pushing almost 800, I think, for nice ones. So unless you want to get a Urus, you're dropping, $500,000 on a Lamborghini. Now that's very interesting, but that sounds like a negative off the bat too. But there's some very good things about the Temerario that other companies haven't been doing. So we have to give them some praise for that. They put in a whole new engine. They didn't use like something they already had developed. They made a twin turbo V8 that revs to 10,000 RPM, which is crazy. And a hybrid system. So the car makes 903 horsepower now, which is more than the Ferrari 296 and the McLaren Artura. But it's heavier than both of those cars too, I'm sure. So will it be any faster than like a 296? Probably not. It'll probably be a little faster than a McLaren Artura, but a McLaren Artura, you can get a really nice one for 300 grand. You're still not at the base price of a Temerario or a 296. So it's a different, the Artura is maybe hitting a different market now than the entry-level Lamborghini and Ferraris are, because they're both just insanely expensive. But with that being said, I can't wait to hear this twin-turbo V8 revving to 10,000 RPM. I think because it's a new car, we have to assume it's going to sound better in the car than outside the car. But, people always put exhaust on their cars. I'm sure there'll be a way to make it sound good, inside and out, if it doesn't already sound good outside the car. And it's going to be just, like, maybe it won't be as fast as a 296, but it's going to sound better probably, and it's just such a cool powertrain that if they can get it to work, which we'll talk about that in a second, it's going to be a great option because it's cool. Who wouldn't want a twin turbo V8 that can rev to 10,000 RPMs? I mean, most naturally aspirated V8s don't rev anywhere near that. So a twin turbo one doing that, it's going to be fast, it's going to sound really cool, and it does seem like a great option. Like if you want a hybrid supercar that's also really exciting, that sounds like the best option on the market right now. And keep in mind, I love the McLaren Artura. I've been very lucky to spend a lot of time driving them, and they're awesome cars. And for the money, I think I'd probably still rather have the McLaren, because you can save, probably $300,000 spec for spec on a McLaren and still have, 95% of this hybrid supercar experience. And I've been in a 296, and it was a nice one. It was an Assetto Fiorano. So very fast car, don't get me wrong. But if this Lamborghini is going to be that fast and sound even better, and honestly, once they get it working, I think it'll probably work better than the Ferrari too, which let's jump into that quickly. All these hybrid supercars have had nothing but problems when they come out. The McLaren Artura was like 2 years late. The Ferrari 296 was like over a year late. And even the Lamborghini Revueltos have been broken for like a year. And I've heard people having to have the cars just bought back because the dealers can't fix them. So the companies are all figuring out these hybrid supercar situations, and once they get them working, they start to work. Like I've been seeing way more Revueltos out and about now. Same with 296s and McLaren Arturas. So I think this Temerario, when it comes out, will have problems just like all these other hybrid supercars have. And after a little while, they'll get it fixed and they'll start being on the roads more. Hopefully the Temerario, because they've had the Revuelto to learn from, will be a quicker fix, and hopefully it'll just show up working in the first place. That'd be nice for $600,000. But they'll probably have to fix it for a little while, but it should be quicker than the Revuelto, and they'll get them on the road faster. The interior is actually pretty good on this car too. I thought maybe they would do something over the top, kind of like Ferrari did with the 296, where it was like all screen and touchscreen steering wheels and everything. Lamborghini kept plenty of buttons on the wheels. It honestly looks a lot like a Revuelto. So for, the entry-level car, it looks like the big boy car. So that's nice. I mean, it's hard to call a Temerario entry level because A, it's really expensive, and B, it's really fast. I think our new entry-level supercars are more like Maserati MC20. I think you could still put the McLaren Artura and the 911 Turbo S down there, just because of the price point and kind of the horsepower point that they're at. They're still like a reasonable, 650-ish horsepower, whereas the Temerario is 900, the 296 is 820, I want to say. So that's probably our entry-level market now. Maybe Audi will make a new R8. I just did a video on that if you want to watch it, talking about if I think they'll make one or not, and if it'll have this Temerario powertrain or maybe something else. So I don't think it's fair to call a 296 and a Temerario entry level anymore. They're just too expensive, too fast. But I like what they did with the Temerario. It's different. It's different in a world where everything is engine sharing with other cars, platform sharing, everything. This car is unique. It's got its own engine, separate from the Revuelto, separate from the outgoing Huracan and R8. It's cool. The car looks pretty good. I wish it looked a little more aggressive in the front. I don't like how smooth it is, and I don't like the hexagon like running lights down the bottom. I think that makes the car look a little funky. But I know they're trying to go for maybe that retro look, because a lot of manufacturers are now. But hopefully, whatever the special Temerario is doesn't have that. I do think we'll see like either a Temerario Performante or a Temerario STO. The Huracan Performante is one of my favorite cars ever, even if it's not as fast as say a McLaren or a Ferrari 488 Pista. The Lamborghinis are always just special. So I'm giving this car a lot of praise because I think it deserves it. And I'm probably more of like a McLaren fanboy over a Lamborghini fanboy, but I think Lamborghini did a great job with this car, and I think it's cooler than what Ferrari did with the 296, even though that 296 Speciale that just came out, I do like that a lot. But that's not fair to compare to the normal Temerario. As long as they can get this Temerario to work and function, I think it's going to be one of the coolest cars for sale. Twin turbo V8 revs to 10,000 RPM. You've got that hybrid power, so you're going to have a fast launch control, probably filling in between gear shifts and everything. And the car still has a dual clutch gearbox, which is awesome too. So it'll be fast shifting without that electric, but it'll be even faster with it. So this car just has a lot of cool things going for it. I can't wait to see them start hitting the roads. It'll be interesting to see how they hold their value, because historically Lamborghinis have always held their value pretty well. I mean, the 2015 Huracan is still 200 grand for a nice one. The car was like 220, 230 new. So you've barely lost any money in 10 years. Will this Temerario do that with the hybrid? To be honest, I doubt it. I think we're going to start seeing supercars depreciate a lot more, especially the hybrid stuff. I just don't think, the battery's going to have to be replaced in 8 years. So how could the car be worth its same value when it's got, probably a 5-digit plus repair bill every 8 years? It's probably not going to hold its value as well, to be honest. But I think after they take that initial hit and they go from, say they're 600 and they drop down to like the 4s, that's probably a pretty good buy. And it's just a lot of power for the money nowadays, which is sad to say because cars have gotten so expensive. But at least there's still cool things coming out from some manufacturers. Not everybody's ruining their products just yet. So I'm very intrigued to see this Temerario hit the streets. I can't wait to see what Ferrari and McLaren do with their next-gen hybrid supercars, because those might be coming out right around the same time as this Temerario, to be honest. I feel like Lamborghini stretched the Huracan for a bit there, which they always do, which is fine because they make good cars usually. So I'm thinking that Ferrari 296 successor is probably only 2 years away, if that. The 296 Speciale is coming out right now, so I think we'll have to start seeing a new 296 in the near future. And McLaren Artura is probably still a couple years away, I would think, because they haven't done an Artura LT yet, which is good because the Artura is underrated. I'm telling you, the Artura is one of the most surprising cars I've ever been in. So hopefully that car gets the love it deserves, because it is a good car. But the Temerario is this new generation of hybrid supercar, and we'll see what McLaren and Ferrari do to respond. And Porsche, I think we're going to start seeing that hybrid Turbo S and hybrid GT2 RS probably pretty soon. So that'll be another hybrid. I think it's fair to call those ones supercars. They're so fast now, and they're expensive too. So they tick the boxes. So it'll be nice just to see this new generation of supercar, and hopefully they can still make some emotion and everything come out of this generation, and some sound, because I know it's hard with all the batteries and the turbos, but that's the way of the world. So hopefully the manufacturers can adapt and keep making them better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of like food for thought style video on all the supercars and this upcoming Lamborghini Temerario. If you like this video, please check out the other ones on my channel. I try to do videos like this talking about upcoming supercars or cars that just came out or rumors I heard. So please subscribe and give the video a like for me too. Helps me out a lot. And thanks. Hope to see you in the next video.